Hi, this is Greg with Lionquestfitness. Today we're going to talk about the Police Yawara. Now the Yawara was an ancient Japanese defensive weapon that, according to books I've read, were used by monks to protect themselves. Now you grasp this handle, and this one is actually long, and you've actually got flat edges, but what this does, this actually gives you the ability to control the Yawara better. But this was a popular impact weapon with police officers in the United States in the 1950s and early 1960s. You can do takedowns with it, you can also do pressure points with it. And in the 1970s, a Japanese police officer in Los Angeles came up with what's called the kubaton. And this became very popular with police officers because you can put your keys on it and stick it in your belt. But it can be used as an improvised weapon. You could also do the takedowns against the wrist with it. And you could use it to do the strikes, but it's not as effective because of the size and because of the keys. Also, I found that I've had several of these in the last few years. They don't hold up. The quality control is not very good. I've lost my keys. This ring comes out, and these break very easily. So I don't really recommend this. Plus, it's also very, it's a type of defensive tool that requires a lot of practice and skill. Whereas this, on the other hand, is very simple to use. Now there's 4 basic strikes. There's a strike down, there's a strike to the side, and then there's a strike forward. And you go to vulnerable areas of the body. You strike either bone or soft parts of the body. Now, you've got underneath the jaw, you have the clavicles. Now, if you break that clavicle, they're going to lose the use of that arm, or at the very least, it's going to cause excruciating pain. And then, you've got the ribs, the solar plexus, and the bladder. So what you're doing is you're able to strike harder by using this device. Now say like a fella here is going to punch. And once again, you always start with a block, a parry, a deflection. This is defense, this is not offense. So a person here, we're in an altercation, and you're standing there, you see that shoulder shift, all right? And you've got your hand in your pocket, block, come in, strike, and you get back, all right? Same thing for the other side, all right? Block, strike, and you get back. I'll show you some more techniques you can do, some combinations. But first, let me show you some improvised weapons that are not defensive in nature. These all came out of a correctional facility. Now this is a shank made out of a bed frame. Now obviously, it's used to jab, but even though it's dull, it can still be used to slash, the neck or other vulnerable parts of the body. Now here's another one that I'm assuming he had this where he could have it down where he could pull it up quick and then get it into action. And this was used to conceal this. Here we have a lock. Okay, we've got a flail. We've also got an improvised blackjack to hit somebody on the back of the head. Now that makes a good point because criminals, as predators, they're not going to face you from the front. They're going to come to the side or from behind. And we also have this wicked little item right here. And this is what's called a shiv. And this is for that ice pick style stab. Now the reason I'm showing you those, number one is you might be in a situation where you have to improvise something like that. But number two, street people, homeless people, people who have come into this country undocumented, many times they live on the underside of society, and they often makeshift weapons like that for defense, and also some make weapons like this to prey on other people. Now, I'll give you a good example. I was watching a interview with a girl who was involved in the Antifa movement, where they put on the mask and they wear black and they hit people from behind with bike locks and throw acid in their face. And she was showing the journalist all her weapons that she had contrived. And her pride of joy was a set of brass knuckles. Well, those brass knuckles are not a defensive tool. That's an offensive tool for sucker punching someone or hitting them from behind. And I want to say this, I have a great uncle who died on Normandy Beach fighting real Nazis. And when these young people who dress in black and cover their faces and they terrorize other people with violence, is that a fitting homage to those people who actually did fight Nazi oppression? You be the judge on that. So let's go ahead and let's do a few techniques. And once again, we're always assuming there's a strike, there's some type of a grab, something offensive directed towards you.